Welcome to the Homefront podcast. I am your host, Toree McQueen. I'm a realtor, an entrepreneur, a mom of four, and a bold dreamer, always on a mission to turn nothing into something. Have you ever wondered how all these other entrepreneurs do it all? Can they actually have a successful and thriving business while also having a happy home life? Here, we dig into the real stories from entrepreneurs on how to run a biz and a home life, how to scale and grow, and how to manage parenting and relationships without sacrificing your home life or happiness. After all, isn't that what matters most? Let's get to it. Hey, my people. I'm excited to have you guys back here on the Homefront podcast. And today is going to be a pretty cool episode because we are going to go over the 5 easy steps for you to be able to scale right now. And what I mean by right now is right now. Like literally today, you can start taking action, whether it be scaling in your home front or your business per the usual, you can use these 5 steps. I wanted to keep it pretty simple for you guys so that you can start taking action now. Because a lot of people who don't take action are the ones that just feel like there's too much information or they don't know where to start. They don't know what to do, and it's not simple enough. So here we are. Let's dive right in. So we already discussed that the absolute best thing you can do for yourself, your family, and your business is to start thinking about the things that would work without you present and start buying back your time for the things that you actually enjoy. And again, back to the joy again. So yeah, we're back there. But we want to have you start thinking about, okay, what if you weren't physically there? What if something happens? Like, for me, having to take time out, going to the NICU for a lot longer than I expected. I mean, things happen, or, husband goes in for surgery. He needs more of my attention, and the family needs more of my help when he is not able to walk for months. So, I mean, there are just things that happen where you may not be able to be present. So, just start thinking about that, and again, back to the joy. Like, what are you doing that is just dragging you down, but needs to be done? This is something that's more of a mindset over matter type deal. It's really simple to do, but many people I know just get stuck here in the growth phase. They're so busy doing their own tasks because they're stuck in the small day to day tasks that they don't have time to think about growth. And well, like I mentioned, it takes a village. So you better start growing and building yours now. And why wait any longer, right? So here, I wanted to give you 5 quick and easy steps to take action right now to replace yourself and start buying back your time and scale. So number 1, start tracking your time. This is so simple, but not many people do it. Like I said, track your daily hours spent for 1 week. You can track 2 weeks if your weeks vary, but just start small. Whether you're doing chores at home, grocery shopping, laundry, training staff, booking appointments, checking emails, social media scrolling, social media content creation, creating, content or graphics, making client phone calls, time with clients, going to meetings, another store run, cooking dinner. I mean, the list goes on. Like, track what you do every single hour. You can track this in a journal or on your notes on your phone, or some even use a recorder and just speak, like, speak into the recorder on your phone. Hey, I spent 10 minutes doing laundry today, or I spent 2 hours in my inbox sorting and responding to emails. It's very simply done, and it doesn't really matter how you do it as long as you do it. And that's the goal here. We want to see where you're spending your time, like every hour of your time, because I know we all feel like we don't have enough of it. And since we all have 24 hours in a day, we've got to rid that excuse and start taking responsibility for our own time. So, step 1, track your time. This is how we're going to start really digging into what you're doing with your time. Step 2, now start highlighting or reviewing how many hours you spend doing things that are high priority, but you either aren't enjoying or aren't efficient nor skilled at, or it's just lower dollar per hour tasks that is taking your time away from other tasks that you are skilled at. And that could be earning you more, possibly. You should be able to find yourself 5 to 15 hours of time a week. And obviously, that varies depending on what you're currently doing now and where you're at in your business. But just for reference, I think you'd be surprised at how many hours you find for yourself or that you could free up, possibly by hiring or by just saving some time that you're not doing things that you should be. I'm currently doing this for my business and home as well. And almost everything you do can be replaced by someone or possibly a system. So put those highlights on a list of a potential future hire out list. So you're basically highlighting all the things that you don't want to do, or you're reviewing everything that's a high priority that needs to be done, but you don't want to do or you want to hire out, or what stands out to you, and you're putting that on a hire out list. Okay. You may be shocked at how many hours you spend scrolling through social media and watching TV mindlessly. Those hours should also be accounted for. And if you want to start reallocating that time, make sure it's highlighted and you put that on the list as well. Now, step 3. Now that you got your list, we are going to cost out the tasks on the hire out list. See how much per hour the tasks are on the list and how much they would cost in your area or even virtually if possible. Maybe another service can step in and come in. You might not have to hire a specific person, but a company can actually do a task for you. Again, you can search online on sites like care.com for services needed in the home, or sites like Fiverr, Fiverr.com, or Upwork to outsource tasks for your business. And then you're going to book that inquiry. It doesn't cost money to start inquiring about what it would cost to get some help, right? And start asking questions about what you need and start getting quotes to see how much it costs. The more knowledge, the better, guys. So if you can just start costing things out, it's no obligation. Just see where things are at. Now, if you're spending 2 hours a day mindlessly scrolling social media and you have it highlighted on the list, congratulations. That's not a cost you hire out per se. But if you can start cutting that time down, then you've just earned yourself more time to go find more clients or work on your business for that matter. Finding more clients or time to earn more revenue creates the opportunity to hire out more that are on the list later that maybe you can't necessarily hire out now. So, again, if you're scrolling 2 hours mindlessly on social media and maybe you're okay with doing 30 minutes of that or an hour of that, even, but it'll still leave you with 1 extra hour per day. That's 5 hours a week that you could be focusing on your business elsewhere. So again, it's not really a cost, but it is a cost. It's a time cost for you. So you can start allocating that time elsewhere for yourself to earn you more revenues for your business to start growing in that way. Step number 4, start doing the math, guys. How many hours can be scrounged up and does the cost make sense? If I'm spending 2 hours a day in my inbox alone, 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the afternoon and evening, 5 times a week, that takes up at least 10 hours a week of my time. And if I'm working on my marketing, social media, website, newsletters, or building out other processes, that can easily take up another 10 hours a week. That is 20 hours a week spent doing things I don't necessarily need to be doing. And it can free up 20 hours for me to do something else if I hire it out and onboard a new admin. Also, I have a pretty darn large family in my household. And right now, with sports and everything, and both parents working, it's not a surprise if I have at least 1 to 2 hours of cleaning and doing the laundry every single day. Now, my husband helps with this, but for reference here, I just want to say no, I don't have to do it every day. But if I don't, my house will not be clean enough for me to actually relax when it's time for me to relax. It's just not as clean as I would like because of the piles always sitting there, and they're kind of a low priority. So they just kind of sit there and I get to it as soon as I can get to it. But again, it still takes up easily 1 to 2 hours of cleaning throughout the day, which is more time than I'd like. That's another 5 to 10 hours a week, guys. And yes, I have 5 children, and yes, they're all under 9, and they can help, and they are helpers, and they do clean some stuff, but it's definitely not up to my standards yet, and I would rather be spending my time doing things with them than just cleaning up all the time and running behind them and always cleaning. So, I just put that on the list, and just to get 5 hours of help would work per week, right? So then in total, that's 25 hours a week of free time for me to spend on other higher priority tasks that I actually enjoy. So that's just an example there. And honestly, guys, You're going to hear it from family members. If you start hiring stuff out, you're going to hear it from friends, from family members, from peers. If you start hiring stuff out that they're not used to seeing you do, you're going to hear it from everyone. I mean, even, when I first got my cleaner, my son, would make comments about, oh, we have a cleaner. We don't have to do anything. Or, oh, like, are we rich? And I'm like, oh, my geez, no, child, we are not. But when I'm home, I'd rather be making you dinner than worrying about scrubbing my baseboards or my toilets, or be able to actually relax when I read you a good night story instead of stressing about making sure the toilets are cleaned and the showers got scrubbed because I cannot relax in a crazy messy house. So I had to explain that to him. And yes, they still have to pick up their toys and they have to pick up their laundry and they have to bring it down. They have their own chores, but it's just funny, right? Because you hear it from everyone else and family members, like, and friends and people who don't understand necessarily like how you view your hours in a day. And they don't have the mindset because, like I said, it's mindset over matter. And so, or they might enjoy the task that you don't. So if you hear some things from other people, that's a normal thing. And you just have to brush it off your shoulders. Like, it's okay if someone wants to clean their own toilets. I do not judge anybody for wanting to clean their own toilets. And I will say, I am not above cleaning my own toilets. I will clean my own toilets because guess what? I have a lot of bodies in my house. And my toilets sometimes need to be cleaned more than once or twice a week. I need to clean them daily sometimes because of these children. So it's not that I'm above it. It's just that it's something that I can relax and know that will get done in the background if I'm not there to do it. And that's just what it helps with. So if anyone gives you comments, just let it go over your shoulder and it's totally fine. But again, everybody has their own things. Some people want meal prep done for them. Some people want a cook to come in the house. Some people want a nanny to come take their kids to doctor's appointments and to school and do all that and schedule their flights and do all that kind of stuff, or, walk their dogs. Everybody has something different that they need help with. So if you're going to hear it from somebody, just know that expect it and just let it brush off your shoulder because everybody is so different. So this is a no judge zone. Everyone needs to think about what works best for you. Hey friends, I'm just chiming in here to invite you to join in on my Friends Club. It's like a newsletter, but way more fun. By joining, you'll get exclusive access to bonus episodes, freebies, tools, tips, and resources to empower you to scale in your business and your home life. As a bonus, you'll get the option to opt in to get monthly video updates on what I'm working on behind the scenes in my business and my Homefront. This is your chance to take advantage of all the valuable content from myself and guests on the show, as well as getting to know each other on a lot more personal level. It's super easy. Just click the link in the show notes or go to ToreeMcQueen.com/friendsclub to join. That's ToreeMcQueen.com/friendsclub. See you inside. Alrighty. So back to back to where I was at. We're on step 4 and we're talking about doing the math, guys. For instance, if I'm going to my kids' practices and meeting other people, those could be possibly potential clients in my community. Or if I could spend a couple more hours following up with past clients and building those relationships, that's like better time for 5 hours spent than doing some other tasks. You just have to see if the numbers work for you. I mean, how many more clients would you need to make it worth it? You'll be surprised that you may be ready to get some help now with a one time, one off project or with possibly weekly tasks. If the numbers make sense, start saving for hiring. If the numbers don't make sense quite yet, how many clients would you need in order to at least get rid of the tasks that you don't really enjoy or service you in a way that you like? All right. So I challenge you to ask yourself to go back to your list of what you do in each week and see if you can earn yourself just an hour of time a day for you to reallocate your time and focus on new clients or new revenue. This alone can help you scale in order to hire some extra help in other areas as well. So go back to that list and be accountable for your time, take responsibility for your time. And if the numbers don't work quite yet, then reallocate some of that time to extra tasks that you can specifically earn some new revenue for. Okay. Now, on to step 5. Last but not least, we implement. Now that you have an idea of what you need help with and how much it costs, you're going to have to save probably about 3 months of their pay up front. Set it aside and allot it for this role. Once it's saved, you simply interview and pick a candidate. You can do it. It sounds scary, but that 3 months of pay can prove to you that you can do it. And it'll make you feel a little bit better that things are set aside up front. Now, remember, most people get stuck on the baby steps and where to start. However, successful entrepreneurs would tell you that they wish they hired sooner and to hire before you actually think that you are ready. They say you're never really going to be ready. You dive in before you feel like you're ready. So let this be that sign that you needed to hear, sister. Now that you have these simple steps, you can literally start tracking today. So grab that Sharpie and notebook or get out the whiteboard and start tracking. It will give you a ton of insight as to how you're spending your time and how you can start getting help in the areas that you need in order to grow. And seriously, don't you want to know where your time and fun suck is at, anyways? So remember, while you guys start to take action, just know I will personally be looking to hire another admin here soon. So I'll be going through these exact steps right alongside you. So let's grow and thrive together. Thanks again, guys, for joining me on this second season of the Homefront podcast, where happiness is our true profit. If you've enjoyed today's chat, please take a minute to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. That'll help a sister out a lot. This helps us also learn and grow and reach more listeners like you. Join me again next week as we drop new stories, experiences, and game-changing tips for your business and home front. As always, here empowering you in business and in life. Until next time.